So so back to the point of the reach being the people that you need to really find out who they are. That is literally, I feel like, our mission. And if there's any takeaway you should take, I feel like it should be to find out who your reach is in the first 30 minutes especially, or first hour. In fact, let's not even be time sensitive. Who is your reach in 24 hours? Yeah? Who are the people that watch your videos, or not even watch your videos, that are showing your videos as a result maybe of the natural interactions that they've had with your posts or you with theirs? If you as a person, client, business, creative, whatever, artist, can work out who these people are, you are then going to be more informed into who your audience is, which is then going to allow for you to make more and better, well-informed decisions when creating your content. And you're going to be solution-focused and think backwards from whom you want to affect with that post and with your strategy, which will then give you a confidence when making that post or whatever you're creating.
And to add to that, so let's give some quick fire tips before we have to duck out of it. Yeah. So I think even if you can't find out who it is, or you're starting near the beginning and so you don't have no reach, you ain't got nobody that's watching, maybe you've messed it up already and you're starting from ground zero. It's just very simple ways of being. At every moment, and this is exactly what I've said to music artists specifically for a long time, but it goes for everybody. Your fans or your clients or whoever's supposed to be watching you, you just want to always think in terms of, if that was like my number one fan, someone that lives to just see what I do, how would I do it if it was just for them? They're the only opinion that matters. And I think if you follow that and always think that, you can never go wrong on social media, no matter how they change their algorithms, because that's what they're trying. But that's what they're trying to achieve. And so now you're in line with the same stuff. So for example, like a lot of people don't respond to their comments. Yeah. And when they do respond to their comments, it's for lack of a better way of putting it, it's selfish. If somebody comments on your thing and they start conversation with you, for you to say just thank you or something else, that's this much engagement. And the thing is, what people don't clock, the algorithms know all of this stuff. They know if the difference between putting a few emojis or writing out a thoughtful comment that entices replies. And so even something as simple as making it a habit that any single comment you get, you're going to respond to it and now interact with that person. You get, even if it doesn't have to be on the comment, someone's commented on my stuff, click on their page, send them a DM. How's your day going, bro? Just want to make sure you're well. You know the easiest way I can relate it? Instagram is like a phone book. Yeah? If you open up my phone book right now, hundreds of people. Yeah? Instagram is just like that. Hundreds of them. You've got direct access to contact. You could message any single one of them at any point, right? The only difference between the size of your phone book and how many people you actually see who call you friends is how many people you decide to dial out of your phone book, right? So out of the hundreds in my phone book, I actually on a day-to-day basis, I'm only dialing up like 10, yeah? And that is the equivalent. Who you're dialing is like the reach, and you have to see it like the reach.
And the audience.
And the rest is your contacts. You could contact them, but you haven't. And the only difference now between if I want to be someone who actually, no, I want 100 people shouting me every day, the only difference is I've got to start dialing more numbers.
Agreed.
And Instagram is the same thing. So when you get a new follower in, if you just allow it to just be a follower, that's all it is. It's going to sit there in your online phone book and do nothing.
Of course.
Whereas every time, if you see somebody come in and you take an interest in them as a person, you respond to their text. Which is effectively like you see their post one time, you start interacting with it. You leave your positive message left on them and you leave a mark. Now they're going to think of you spontaneously. And these are the things that also in the back end are making a difference. Like how many people are really going to search and searching for your name? We don't see those stats, but they're stats that make a big difference. Like how many of these people are you leaving an impact with who are just searching for you when they can't see you come up? Because that is the massive difference that celebrities and stuff have, and why when you look at their accounts and well-formed accounts, it's made no difference. Because their fan base was already engaged. They've been engaged in the fan base and talking to the fans every day. Like it's an effect that you can see working. When you see these big people, but then you notice that their stories are very personal, they love the fans, all of that. People get gassed when they respond to them and all of that stuff. And they keep doing it. And so you know that someone's searching for that. Like Justin Bieber, no matter what reach they put, the peeps are going to be searching for man. And he's always going to rise to the top of any platform.
Yeah, agreed.
And so, yeah, I would say that is it. My thing is just, And it goes, the analogy is exactly the same way as the thing, the phone book. You have a phone book, how many numbers are you going to dial?
So today, who's on your speed dial?
But not like every day it could be different, but you need to engage the people. Like if you picked up your phone book and called one new person every day that you didn't talk to yesterday, your personal life will start rising off the ground.
Of course.
And it's the exact same. Yeah, and it's literally, there's no algorithms in that. Exactly. That's the algorithm of life.
Exactly.
And Instagram is just got closer to the way real life relationships work.
Exactly, of course.
And so all you're doing now and the rest of 2020 is focus on building genuine relationships.
Of course.
And I just think that literally, however anywhere sets up an algorithm, it always goes towards that.
Agreed. And adding on to Cairo's point, now social media is social. So when it comes to a technique or how you should be, what you should really think is, how do I be the best social person? Now, what is being social? Being social is being somebody that wants to interact with other people. Social interactions are when you are making an interaction with another person. Now, whatever that interaction is, will lead to the reaction that you get. So it's the same principles with Instagram. Whatever interaction you do will lead to the reaction that you get. If you're noticing that the post that you're putting up, so the interaction that you're trying to engage with that person is not letting that person engage, maybe that's because you don't understand that person and you don't know their core needs. So then the question I pose to you and anyone with an Instagram account that is experiencing that difficulty is to listen to that person. Now, nobody wants to listen. Quite frankly, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, but nobody really wants to listen. So in a social environment where most people don't listen, those that do listen are sought out for. Think about the content on Instagram that you genuinely emotionally engage with. Yeah? It's because it sparks something that resonates within you. Your friends know what resonates within you or with you socially, so they know what presents to buy you. A stranger doesn't. Therefore, they can't correctly buy a present for someone they don't know. It's the same with Instagram. If you don't know the needs and desires of a person, then you can never fulfill them. Think social. Think interaction. Think engaging. Think increasing engagement. Think increasing your interaction. I'm not even going to check out any kind of specifics, because the only way this makes sense is if you apply it to your life. Everyone thinks differently and everyone has a different social hemisphere, social outlook on life. You have social positive points that I don't, and vice versa. The collaboration and the realization of the fact that you are great in that place and I'm great in this place is a win for me, and it's a win for you. Why? Because I care about your differences, because your differences make me special, and my differences also make you special.
But here's a rule using that everyone can use going forward, yeah? So a way to think about it that gives you an exact way to go out and grow, yeah? Going forward, every form of contact that they give you, you need to see as equally important, yeah? So on any platform. Remember, the platform doesn't bring in any features, even if we think it's whack, the platform don't bring in any features that they think are whack, yeah? They have a reason for bringing everyone in that they think is going to do something. And this has been shown time and time again. Early adopters, people that use every feature of a platform, always rise to the top of the platforms, yeah? So, going forward, you need every form that they give you, you need to have it working for you. So if there is the availability of IGTV, you should have some IGTV. It doesn't have to be your main thing, but you should have some.
Agreed.
There's a feed, you should have things on your feed. There's stories, you should have stuff on stories. They've given you live, you should have stuff on live. And they will always bias their algorithms for people that use all of these things. Even down to stories. Do you use all the features in the stories, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so you've got all your different areas, lay them out in front of you. Now you need people to be interacting with you on each area. So there's an availability for comments. You want comments and engagement. You want likes.
Of course.
Yeah, you want people watching your stuff, blah, blah, blah. All you need to do whenever you identify you're lacking in one area is do it yourself.
Yep.
And these platforms are set up so well for reciprocation that that's all you've got to do. So if you notice that your reach has gotten rubbish and you're getting dead likes, start liking more stuff.
There you go.
If you realize you're not getting that many comments, start leaving proper comments for other people. So genuine, thought out comments. Scroll down your feed and specifically, when you think a comment in your head, write it down. And you will get that back. Now, be warned, you have to be careful with that, because if you go out and write a bunch of negative comments, guess what you're catching back? Guess the energy, because now it literally looks and says, that's your energy, will match you with that energy. So, my opinion, positivity wins the day all the time. But that's all you got to do. So, if people are not interacting with you in the DMs, and we've identified that's important, DM more people. And it's literally as simple as that. It won't be fancy in terms of the numbers coming back, but in terms of building genuine
relationships,
it only takes one right person to change your life because you connected with them.
We'll talk.
And so we've got to ignore the numbers thing, because it's, unless you're paying for it now, you need to accept that it's luck for you to get big numbers. Like, it's luck for you to get big numbers, especially if you're just starting out. So do what you're trying to get, and it will come anyway, and then you'll find boosts for that along the way. And I think, I think that's it, man. It's going to be an exciting year, and we'll see what actually changes. We'll see if the changes that we think are coming. And obviously, we're putting this in practice ourselves.
Yes, of course.
Which is the funnest part of this. Like, as we're talking, this particular content is going to be on IGTV.
Yes, exactly.
And I imagine at the moment, because we don't have YouTube audience, more of you are watching it on IGTV than on YouTube. And for me, that's only started happening. Like, if anyone checks my channel on Fespri Music, my IGTV's only started going since I found this out about the fact that they want to monetize it.
Of course. It was an informed decision.
That's why I'm doing this.
It was an informed decision.
You get me? It's not something I was doing before. That's why we're doing it. And so I think it's a very exciting time that we're in, because we spend a lot of time planning this for ourselves, and we're doing what we're talking about and then talking about it. So all I can say, I can't wait to watch this video back once we've been at it for a year and see what differences have come up, and if these changes are as good as we say they are, or if really it's just messed the platform up. We'll see, but I think we're on the right path, and I think anyone that just goes with the flow and does the platforms like they're asking you to do it, create genuine relationships, not only will you'll be happier in your life, and you'll get more success on the platforms.
There you go. And another point, just to quickly add, it's the end of the talk though, is also in social life, in order to be a great social person, you need to be good by yourself. So a lot of the efforts that you're trying to make, if you're not feeling at peace with yourself, then you're not going to be feeling at peace with people, and then your interaction won't be genuine. So as much as it's good to be on a social media and do your marketing, etc., a lot of you are doing it for yourselves. Find a balance. I promise you, if you put yourself first, you will actually find an inspiration that might actually cause you to spend less time on the platform, because you become more effective putting yourself first. And that's something that I'm personally exercising. So I will be on holiday soon, but maybe I'm going to be on holiday when this comes out, because we release these after. You'll find out anyway. You'll see. Or maybe I might have gone already. We'll see. That's been a great talk. Again, Fespri, thank you for your inputs. Very wise points that you was making, going into the real, what do you call it?
The updates.
Yeah, you're going into the real, actual Instagram insights to what they have said and what they are doing. I feel like that was very eye-opening for myself, and also I feel like for the viewers as well. Had some great points as well, talking about the techniques with the phone book. So who are you dialing? You get me? Ring me, Exkluse Media, ring Kairo, Fespri Music. Make sure in your phone book. Probably are, because you're watching this. That was another great point. Obviously, I was talking about a few mindsets and just talking about how to be social, and then applying that to their social media. Do think about that thoroughly through how it can apply to your life and how it can take you to your own goal, because that's really what matters. And this is why we're doing this, to get creatives to their own goal quicker than they would have if they didn't watch the video. That's the point for the creative pit stop, right? I feel like there's a few other points that we made earlier, but in conclusion, thank you for watching.
Yeah, so obviously COVID-19 has
put us in a very unusual space, because it's the first time since a lot of algorithms have changed that you've got so many people on it. And so social media is being used right now in a way that it never has before. And I was trying to study through it and see what's really making a difference. And what it looks like to me is the primary thing that's happened is the pages that do most of the viral content, so, you know, like your meme pages, your sort of bait pages already, it's like they're stealing everyone.